My name is Cindy Andrew. I'm a steward of the Village Initiative, a regional collaborative network all about supporting the health and well-being of young people and their families across the West Shore Sooke, very fast-growing region. So when we think, for instance, about social planning, I think I basically bring it down to thinking about connection. How do we create communities that are really complete, that have everything young people and not so young people need to be well and to be in a prosperous, vibrant community? Of course, we need roads and fire departments and police and ambulance and retail spaces and etc. But we also need places for people to hang, for in particular young people and not so young people to come together for just hangout time and connection time. The science is so clear on the value of connection and how critical it is, not only for promoting health and well-being, but for preventing a lot of the troubles that are ailing us. Right? So when we have a lot of people feeling socially detached, that's a recipe for problems. And I can remember looking at data a few years ago now, and it probably hasn't changed a whole lot, where there are about a third of our kids who aren't feeling connected to families or schools or community. So how do we create communities that really do provide that full range of opportunity, whether it's just connecting with other peers or it's accessing services and supports that they need that are well beyond the basics, if you will. In essence, that's what social planning is. It's how to build a complete community, because we know our community and our built environment influences our health and the prosperity of our community. TBI began basically from a place of organizational leaders saying we can't afford to work independent of one another. We need to come together. We need to get out of silos and look at some synergies and better ways to coordinate and collaborate in service to children, youth, and families. It was actually initiated in partnership by the Sooke School District and Island Health, who then subsequently invited other organizational leaders around the table for an initial conversation. And very quickly it became apparent that this was an overdue need. We needed to get together. We needed to come and be, I use the expression, almost a bit like a kitchen table. Get around the kitchen table where good ideas and important conversations happen. And in that conversation, there was one organizational leader said to the others, it's not just the school district that is growing in numbers. We too, and we can't keep up with the demands, and we know we need to do things differently. And so folks were delighted to come to the table and be part of what we now call the Village Initiative. So an example of the benefits of thinking and acting like a village is the recent announcement around funding to support a foundry coming to serve young people ages 12 to 24 across the West Shore all the way to Port Renfrew and Port Pachidat. And honestly, that would not have happened without the fact that we already had multiple organizations at the table, all basically saying we need to work in a more integrated way that reduces barriers, that helps ensure young people get the services they need it, when they need it, and where they need it. And so thanks to having those relationships and the legwork that the village has been doing over the last few years, parlayed it into I've heard from folks, the strongest application that's been submitted, and we were rewarded that. So it's going to take us perhaps up to 3 years to actually open doors on a foundry site and sites across our region. But work is underway, and it's a really good example of the value of collaboration.